Hello, it's Joshua from one of my studios, and today I'm bringing my review of Shazam 2019. This is a really odd review because my previous reviews have been related to upcoming movies. This review is really early. The next one comes out literally next June, next July. It might have gotten delayed because of Black Adam, but I don't really know. But this movie was surprisingly good. The characters in this movie really are where this movie shines. The fight scenes are okay. The comedy is hilarious, and the people around Billy are just hilarious as well. This movie really shines. This is a Christmas movie at the heart of it. But Billy Batson is probably my favorite character of the whole thing. Of course, Billy Batson. Now, this is really different from other superhero movies. Other superhero movies, I think there's three main superhero movies. The great person that gets not bit by a spider, sorry. The great person that gets the powers and does great things with it. Then there's the bad person that gets powers, but is forced to, just continue with those powers and learn what it means to be a hero, and the good person that misuses them at first. He's neither. At first, he actually uses his powers for good. He gets overwhelmed with the power and just the glamour it brings. Then he returns back to where he was before. It's not very different, but it is like a little thing I'd know. Another thing to really note too is his family. I forgot the name of. I know I'm filming this really early in the morning. I think it's about 7 o'clock in the morning right now. I just couldn't sleep, so I'm filming this. But is like a little sidekick guy with the crutch. He's basically just me. If there were superheroes in real life, I would definitely have a Superman bullet. I would have a replica Batarang. I would have a Batman shirt, and I would know how to do all the superhero stuff. I really would. I just find it really funny how he's basically just a personification of me. The villain is also, I think that he's menacing. His motivations are terrible though. Get back at his family. His motivations are terrible. But I think generally he's a good villain. I think just because of how menacing he is. You see Shazam destroy everything around him for literally 15 minutes in the montage, and then you just see this guy come up, deflect his punches, take it as lightning, and just kick his butt to Kingdom Come for I think it was 6 or 7 minutes. It's really good. I think but he doesn't really have much substance beyond being super menacing. Billy is also, let's go back to Billy for a little bit. Billy is super relatable. I think, not in the aspect of running away from every foster home he's been in, but the sense of not belonging, I think is really, there's only a few characters that have matched that feeling. And just being super relatable. Because he feels like a 14-year-old. He just really does. The plot of this movie is that Billy Batson's mother abandons him at a police car after she realizes she can't take care of him. He spends 10 years looking for her and just to realize she doesn't care anymore. Then he finds a new family. Or this happens before, but I'm kind of summarizing here. And he must learn what it means to be a superhero and to stick out for those around you. This plot, I think, is really good. The plot is really where I don't have issues with the movie. Execution is otherwise, though. I didn't really have a problem with the actors. But nothing about the plot stood out. I don't expect it to be the Batman. But can it at least be like an Aquaman? Aquaman is really good in my opinion. I think I prefer this movie over Aquaman, just because of how funny it is. But Aquaman stands. I choose you. I haven't seen Aquaman. As Jake. Say my name, so my powers will become yours. Shazam.
Wait, for real?
Say it, okay?
Fight scene in this thing.
My name.
it's
right?
really just
What are your
meant to tell
superpowers?
the story. But the
Superpowers,
first
dude?
one
I
was
don't even know how to
pretty
pee
good.
in
It was
this
really
thing.
fight scenes. I really liked it. I thought it was.
This is proof of authenticity. Super strength. Electricity
There really is one
manipulation.
moment that stood out to me.
Hyperspeed.
But I was like, wow.
I'd like to purchase some of your finest
It wasn't
beer,
during the fight.
please.
It was during the initial, like the very early training, when he was training to fly for the very first time.
His name is Captain Sparkle Fingers.
No, it's not. That's not my name. Chosen one. Oh, you're like a bad guy, right?
You literally did the opposite of what a superhero is supposed to do. You're him.
So yeah, due to like getting copyrighted for my Doctor Strange video, I cannot show footage of this scene, which really sucks because I would love to show the scene. It was hilarious. It was the training scene, the one where they test out his powers for the first time, and it's just really, really good. The one where they're at the abandoned building. I rewatched the scene like 7 times for this video. It is really good every time. It's hilarious. They test out the fire. The parts that really stand out are the fire. The flight test is hilarious too. Yeah. And this scene actually serves a narrative purpose, which is really good. The jokes in this movie serve a narrative purpose. It isn't just funny for the sake of being funny. I think this movie stands out against other comedies. That there aren't enough superhero comedies out there, I think. Superhero comedies that stand out to me are definitely Shazam, Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorite Marvel movies too. I really like it. But like, it is just really good. Both these movies. I think it serves a narrative purpose of capitalizing on the sidekick. I'm gonna call him the sidekick. I completely forgot his name. And his insecurities about not being a superhero towards the end of the scene, like right after it ends, which technically isn't part of the scene, but he develops scenes of loneliness and overall jealousy once he, like, after this training sequence. Anyone would. Especially when he got stuck with flight. I think he also has the invulnerability. But like, what is he gonna do? Punch the bad guys? He can't do that. He doesn't have super strength. But yeah, I just really the scene just serves a narrative purpose that not a lot of people see, and I really enjoyed it for that. Overall, this is a really strong movie. I think it's definitely a 7 out of 10. And I think this is due to its very strong comedy aspect along with its family aspect. And just the way it can add in those fight scenes to make them hilarious, but also make them just work. Some good things about the movie, I think, are the comedy, the family aspect, Billy himself and his sidekick, and just the theme of the actual movie. Some bad things about it, I always have a problem with the villain. It's the third movie I've done, and the third movie I have a problem with the villain. The villain has no good motivation. And with my arm, that's just crazy. So that's funny. Also, the part before Shazam is kind of boring. It is a family movie, but it's a really cheesy, really boring family movie. And I don't know why I put cheesy down here as a bad thing. It really is a good thing. I love how cheesy this movie is, but thank you. I'm Joshua from Dynamite Studios, and I bring you my review of Shazam. Stay electric.